Well, hello, and thank you all for letting me have the night off. I really appreciate it. So, we have a lot to talk about tonight. Just to give you a little bit of an update, my mother came out of surgery fine, so she hasn't seen the doctor yet. And so, we're just waiting to hear what the next steps are. So, hey, let's get settled down for the long night ahead. We do have the video. We do have the video where my name is mentioned. I felt like that I had won an award. We've got to talk about the dismissal. I've got a few little theories on that, on what's going to happen. And, oh, look, there's so much. And then we're just going to see what Twitter and Insta is up to, because there's been lots of stuff happening. So let's get settled down and let's get ready. Well, yes, we're back. Right. So, hello, everybody. I know there's been a whole pile of people that have come in since we started. Oh, Dom, I just picked up that. That's very similar to my theory as well. Says my theory has been Hardy's wasting KJ's money, putting her in a position where she can't defend herself. That is part of my theory as well, Dom. Because if she's wasted, I mean, look at all the money she's just wasted. She had all these motions filed that are useless. Useless, baby. Useless. And don't forget, KJ still has to pay her. I don't know that there has been a cost order granted, so I'm thinking they've got to pay their own costs. And if it files in Minnesota, well, then there's another lawyer to have to find and pay. And don't forget that there have been lots of opinions filed about what Celtsy could do to actually make the claim even tighter. So there's lots of information. Plus, there is some stuff on Twitter today where KJ has asked people to delete any information, any videos that they've done on Lorianne. So, I mean, she may become a witness. I know Celtsy was very interested to hear that. Now get back to work. She's out. Well, Nicole, my dad keeps saying to people that she has to come home because he's nearly out of shirts. He forgets to tell everyone that he does the ironing. Since Tony got all the papers written, she doesn't have to do much but to tweak it. That's right. That's right. KJ, because I heard Nate the lawyer. I've watched a little bit of Nate the lawyer. I haven't watched a lot today. And he said that motion to dismiss shouldn't have technically won because it was so poorly written. In my mind, I think that Babs has just looked at the filing of paperwork and gone, no, don't want it. Take your bat and ball, Celtsy and Brownie, and go play somewhere else. Not in my backyard. Not in my backyard. I'm not having you guys tell me who's the biggest in my courtyard, in my courthouse. So, yeah. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Sarah Loves Donuts. Hi, Nicole. Because, and there's a couple of things in all of the correspondence that I've seen, which we'll have a look at. While KJ keeps saying that she's won, she forgets the word without prejudice. That's very, very thing. That's a very big thing to say. It's happened. What's happened? Huh? What's happened, Poppy? What? Has he filed again? Smug. Poppy is smug. Well, I think the only person that's actually really happy at the moment is Mr. Brown, because he doesn't have to deal with it anymore. Right. In the US, it is pay your own fees. Okay, so it is a pay your own fees. Brownie's free. Well, the thing is, I think the law was on its side. I mean, the jurisdiction thing was always pretty weak, and that was really quite. I'm not surprised. I'm actually not surprised. And to be honest with you, I really wanted her to keep it, and I really wanted it to go. I really wanted it to happen, but I think, as much as I really wanted it, KJ to be held accountable, it was really weak. How much do you think has been deleted by the time they refile? I don't know, Kristen. I don't know. No, she didn't mean it got postponed until they can find somebody. Well, that's the thing. It's like it's been delayed. Like, for me, like, I read it as, yes, it's been delayed. It's not in my backyard, so they've got to find a backyard that they can play in. I got tired of people trying to pronounce my name. Okay. So Rick's here. So Rick's going to open up the corner. She is acting like she's won. She is, and that's the thing. It's the gloating that is really annoying. So let's have a look at Instagram, because this is interesting. Yeah, Poppy, what happened? What happened, Poppy? What have I missed? Please may ask if personally it's not applicable, then what makes a difference have it refiled? So it means that because Katie Joy lives in Minnesota, then she has to have jurisdiction. Has to be her jurisdiction. You think Salt, since you could do this forever in a tweet, says, yeah. I wanted her to have to stand in court. Yes, so did I. You pay your own order. Yeah, I didn't see it. The dismissal. Oh, yes. I'm just buzzing. See, Poppy picked it too. It's a place to be held accountable. I agree with uncivil law, and that setting was a bad situation for all creators. That's right. You could be sued and that was my concern as well, that it meant the precedent would be that I could be sued in the US, even though I've never been to the US, but because a subscriber or something. So yeah, but to sue her in Minnesota, that's her backyard. That's where she lives. She's got. How is she gonna say I don't live in Minnesota? Patience is a virtue, my friends. Pack the bus to Minnesota. We're going on a road trip. We're all staying at Rick's house. We're all going to Rick's house. We're all going to Rick. Put the kettle on, Rick. We're all coming. All right. So here we go. So, like, good news, you're coming to Alabama. I'm a paying member. It's stupid. Now I come to you. That's fair. That's right. Place bets. Yeah. So this is what she stated. She stated, this was on Instagram. The defamation lawsuit against Without a Crystal Ball was dismissed today. We are grateful for the support of everyone. What happens in the future, we don't know. But the case in Washington is closed. Click link in bio. This person says, without prejudice. Right now, we cannot control anything that happens in the future. Whoops. But the case in Washington and all the declarations were dismissed until they filed in Minnesota. The case in Washington is closed. That doesn't mean she can't refile, just that it won't be heard in Washington. If you don't like Katie Joy, then don't follow her. Don't watch her. I think Katie is cute. Cool. Me too. I'm so happy for you. I hope that this is over for you and the end of this case. Probably it is just the beginning. And if they file in Minnesota, they have a bigger chance to win the case due to the strict defamation rules. Yes, I'm aware of that. Girl, say it louder for the people in the back. Yay, I bet you are relieved. Hope you can celebrate at home tonight until she files in Minnesota. We do not have support. You are lucky. Great job. And your attorney, I'm smiling now. I'm sure your smiles are bigger. For now. Congratulations. This was ridiculous. And considering why James Charles just admitted to, people are full of, you know what, and I'm sick of it. They will be refiling in Katie's state now. Congratulations, congratulations. Happy for you. Wonderful news. Congratulations, etc. Congratulations, congratulations. Enjoy the moment and quiet win with your family. You've come through everything so much stronger, and I'm sure will continue to grow with each passing day. No one knows what the future holds today, but the results is clear and you deserve to sit back and relax. Oh, Katie, that's great news. A weight off your shoulder. So that was her Instagram posts today. I just really liked how everyone kept saying Minnesota. Rick can sell seats at the main event. Well, Rick can be our insider. He can be there every day. What about the evidence that she has breached YouTube? This is a YouTube issue, and despite not being in court, the evidence provided that YouTube could use, I'd be frightened if I was her. Oh, I would be, but she's not. Her business is in Minnesota. Her YouTube channel is, it's not much her resident. Yeah, that's right. $25 for parking. Oh, within the week. I was a bit happy. I was a bit unhappy that the judge did it when I was sleeping on a day that I had university. Could have waited a day when I could have done it. No, you'd have to go into your store because that's where the business is. Yeah. All right. KJ has an attorney. Really? Is that her cousin, is it? Aaron? There is one issue I had with Todd and no one answered my concerns. So, really? Right. So that's what was written. So that was 13 hours ago. So I woke up to that because she did do a live and I thought it was really interesting because she actually skipped over certain parts of it. Look what just showed up in my inbox. I mean, Jen Duggar is engaged to Katie Nakatsu. Video coming up soon on the wedding. And someone says, looks photoshopped. She goes, it's real. It came from a family friend and another source connected to the family. Surely a cousin could be worse than, oh, well, maybe. Her cousin Aaron Joe, I just spilled my coffee. Maybe to hear KJ being so snarky and smug with her comments about it. Yes, she was really not. She did give Uncivil Law a shout out. And Nate, I did ask Nate and he didn't respond to my question about whether they were back being friends again, whether she was talking to him. Well, that's right. As I said, I would not be surprised if this was part of their Saltsy's strategic plan anyway. What do these sources even receive for helping her? $5 Dunkin' Donut cards, right? Bunkbed Jed is marrying Caitlin Nakatsu on the 3rd of April 2021. Without a crystal ball, received a copy of the invite, an engagement photo. Check out the bio. Why is she talking in third person? Why is it sudden she's talking in third person? The photo is a picture. The photo is a picture of a picture. Nate's on. Well, he did do a live today. That's why he was in a different location. The photo is a picture of a picture. Of course, it's a picture. All photos are pictures. Invites came with their engagement photo. So it has a weird glare. Or maybe it's not real. Thought Jed was marrying Lauren in one of his off his brother's wife's sister. She broke off the engagement. The son was wrong. Oh, she's saying the son was wrong and she was right. All right. So she's saying the son is wrong. All right. Now, this is really, really bizarre. Okay. So now this is Instagram. She's saying that the police were here again tonight. A woman admitted on Twitter to calling authorities to report fraud. Police came today from reports of not having my child in school, forcing him to have a feeding tube, misusing public funds and child abuse, all unfounded. Now, while the police were here, she was actually tweeting and Instagramming about the Duggars. So that's if you actually look up the times of when all of this happened. So according to her Twitter, which we'll see in a minute, she's going to say she's had 5 calls. The police have been there 5 times now. So did I see someone called the police to her house today? And then this tweet was some minutes later, despite her son being yes, that's correct. And she was tweeting. She was saying her son was distressed, but it was so distressed that she was tweeting. And that's the bit that I'm not happy about. But Katie and the son were wrong. Waxy Trip was right. She skipped it. She did do that. We're an army of trolls, yes. Yeah, we're not far in. So this is all this. Now, the interesting thing is I also I don't understand why you want all this drama in your life all the time. Isn't there a better way you could spend your time? Just doesn't seem mentally healthy to me. I've been thinking about this for almost a year now. She's posting stories, content, 6, 7, 8 posts a day on every platform, Twitter, YouTube, IG, with all the research that goes behind each story. How are there even enough hours in the day? This isn't like a kudos to you for doing it. It's more like, don't you have anything better to do for now? She didn't say she called the cops or CPS. I'm confused. You're making false accusations and putting her in harm's way. Now, I wouldn't. Yeah. And no, there's been she didn't show any police reports. She didn't show anything, I would say. And that's a biggie. People keep calling the police to her house. That's messy and it should stop. That's right. I think if it is happening, it needs to stop. It's not helping. I question it's big time as tweets aren't evidence here. No. Yeah, to be clear, this isn't kudos to you. I know, I did like that. Because the person saying, I called regarding her getting paid for watching her child. The government is aware. So that's what the person said she called, but she didn't say she called the police. So here you go. 5 times you have sent the cops here. If anyone can tell me the other 4 times. CPS once, and I'm told CPS may come again. Each time you are bringing people to my home that you are traumatizing my child and potentially exposing us to COVID because of your sick vendetta against me. Leave us alone. My son is not abused. He's in public school. He has nurses here 10 hours a day. His feeding tube is not because I'm too lazy. We don't force him to be in the basement, which is fully finished, by the way. My gloves are off when you report leads to my son being scared and crying. So he's scared and crying, and she's tweeting and Instagramming. Not only are false reports of crime tonight, the police being here greatly upset my son, who screamed and yelled these repeated basis that's scaring my child and causing him trauma. We have a whole team helping him using public school. We have nurses. Leave us alone. I call on the police. Where's the photo? How many times? Well, that's a good point, Michelle. Attention seeking. Well, I have to say I do. The timing is very suspicious, isn't it? Because everyone's saying, well, Saltsy's going to file again, like her victory speech that she did, or, her win didn't go down very well. Or to the orthodontist. Although at this point, if the cops have been called so many times as a joke, they know that she's a social media presence, you'd think they would call first or something. Well, yeah. Yes, he's homeschool. He's at public homeschool. be furious if the cops were called regularly. It doesn't make sense. If her son is like, I call it. Well, see, I wouldn't be on social media. If my child was upset by it, I'd be off. She wants to be left alone, get off the internet. A bit like Meghan and Harry saying, oh, we want privacy, but we're going to do a story with Oprah. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, how cynical of me. Years ago, I had someone stalking in the way and they called the cops every other day. The cops ended up calling before they came. Well, waiting for that one too. Why is she doing this on Twitter and Instagram when she has 2 other channels? I don't know, Jean. KJ is the source of all this info about her son's treatment, and there is recorded proof. And doesn't CPS vet the calls? Yes, that is correct. Which is why I maintain that I believe that it's somebody on the inside. I think the best thing for you to do would be to get off the internet. While I agree people should not be making false reports, you need to protect your son and stop attacking people online. What is wrong with you? You want people to actually feel sorry for you? You are mentally ill. Just voicing my opinion, as you say. I hope you feel better after that little tantrum. But you clearly do care what dirt she's digging around for, or you wouldn't be here trolling her page. Furthermore, calling her mentally ill so ignorant. People can have different illnesses, and you are everything that is wrong with the mental health stigma in our country. Why would you even say that? If you dislike her, why are you trolling her page? You need some attention. Leave Katie alone. But being addicted to social media is, in fact, a mental illness. You think staring at your phone going live and talking for hours at your camera is normal? I can't believe I've wasted so much time responding to comments. If I wanted attention, I'd start an Instagram account where I'd dig up dirt on celebrities and bully them online and then cry to the world for sympathy when it backfires. Whoopsies. Who's to say she's not doing it to herself and claiming it? Well, possibly. So anyway, that is what that one is. And by the way, Katie, if you're watching, I'm not showing your Instagram live just yet. This is your Instagram, which is public. Confirmed by multiple sources, this is a real photo of the invitation to the wedding. It is being live streamed due to COVID. Beats the internet to death and then curses it. Think it's made up, Willow? As it was dismissed without prejudice until that time is up 2 years. I believe it is still pending litigation. So, Australia changed, like I know it's like you say that's the 3rd. You read that as the 3rd of April. I read that as the 4th of March. So I'm going, oh, they've already married. For those claiming this is fake, so she's really onto this everything's I'm telling the truth business. The wedding invite is real. The invite was provided by a family friend. This was confirmed by sources directly connected to the family. 2 separate and extremely reliable people confirmed this is real. The wedding registry is online and password protected. This has been live streamed for family and friends to allow people to be part of it, but reduce numbers. My guess is this was required to abide by TLC filming guidelines. Why would Katie report something that's not true? She checks all the stuff out before she tells us. She works really hard. Okay. Will you be watching the wedding live stream? She checks all her facts. Okay. Now, laying in bed with my son and his cat found his spot. And that's her Instagram. You see, I find that really, I find it really bizarre because from my understanding, the police are really they're well trained to deal with situations like this. The only way that I can see her son getting upset is if one of them lost their cool. That's the only way that I could see it happening, by the way. I'm just speculating. I wrote a comment setting her straight about Emily and she did delete it, reminding her she's still under a do not delete order. Cool. All right. Here's her Twitter. Her Twitter is really quite interesting today. Her Twitter's been interesting the last couple of days. So first of all, she tweeted yesterday her boyfriend won. Yes, she wrote that. Harry Styles is her boyfriend, which sort of freaks me out. I really like him. He has a good energy. Doesn't Harry Styles have standards? Pretty sure he wouldn't date a rat like you, says this person. But her boyfriend won. I find that very, very bizarre for a married woman to write that. And isn't CPS don't do much in that? I think that, yes. Well, I don't know how things work here, how things work over there. So now she's going to start on the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church again confirms to me that they are intolerant, archaic, and bigoted. I left the church 24 years ago when I turned 18 over concerns of misogyny, homophobia, and issues with verbally and emotionally abusive staff priests at multiple churches. Seems not much has changed. Hang on, didn't she say the other day she was Catholic? Didn't she say in a rant the other day that she was Catholic, that she hadn't written her letter of resignation and therefore she was still Catholic? So now she's not again. Another day, another backflip. Oh, that's fine, Bo. Not a problem. All right. I spent my entire childhood fearing myself because I knew I was attracted to both men and women because of the teachings of the Catholic Church. Today in 2021, the church calls homosexuality a choice. Their teachings harm children and adults in the LGBTQ with long-lasting impacts. One of the reasons I hate religion is because it traumatizes LGBTQI children. Except for rape, sex with any other person is a choice. The teachings of facts is only harmful to liberal ideology. They prefer to lie about teachings, then they change history, redefine words until they claim their teachings are false. Oh, that's what they do with me when I had someone pulling this message ago. So they showed up the first 4 times. After that, they called. If I didn't answer, they showed up. Another day, just another day for a backflip in paradise. Well, how do we know that they hadn't called and she hadn't been getting her Botox? I don't know. There is a lot of speculation on if Counting On will return. For perspective, TLC did not announce the new season of Counting On until March 2020, with the season premiering in July 2020. Typically, Counting On only airs once per year. COVID delayed nearly all the shows because I believe that a group that she's banned from, Douglas Snark, are saying that Counting On's not coming back. So here we go. I am very pleased, case dismissed. I am very pleased that the court granted our motion to dismiss in the Tardy and James Westbrook's defamation lawsuit against me. Thank you for all your support over the past several months. I'm grateful for today's decision and look forward to moving on. That's really good news. It's not really TBH. Only jurisdiction got decided upon. And while filing again in Minnesota might inconvenience the Westbrooks a bit, the laws there give them an even better chance and much higher consequences for Katie. This is true, and Salt's already said they would be going to Minnesota if they didn't win jurisdiction. This wasn't the smartest move since it would cost even more in legal fees. I don't remember Salt saying that, but anyway. Yay, I'm happy for you. This case was bogus from the beginning. So glad to hear this. Time to celebrate. Do you mean jurisdiction was decided? Looking forward to moving on, like to the filing in Minnesota, you mean? Yes, she has. Conveniently, yes. The case isn't dismissed. It will move to Minnesota where the laws are harder for Catherine. She won the jurisdiction. Ignorance at its finest. More legal bills, new lawyer. She screwed the pooch on this one. Literally just means jurisdiction is decided. The case hasn't gone away for us as far as I'm aware. She says, the case is dismissed. Thank you. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if they didn't refile. Agreed. It's a matter of when, not if. Honestly, if I was tardy, I'd consider letting her stew for a while. The motion to dismiss was based on jurisdiction, so I'm assuming the case was dismissed due to Washington State having no jurisdiction over the case. I'm almost certain it was dismissed without prejudice and can be refiled in another court. It was. She seems to think this is over. I would almost assume Saltz & Co. already have a new complaint ready to go and have already consulted with Minnesota attorneys to refile. This isn't over, but she'll continue to live in denial. All this did was add to her legal fees. So, yes, she said it was. She says the case is dismissed, but she's forgotten the words without prejudice. The motions. Yes. She'll have to hire representation in Minnesota. If Brown doesn't decide to follow her, she'll have to start from ground zero. If he joins the Minnesota team, she'll be now paying him plus a new team. She would have been better doing what Kingstar did and fight the defamation on its face in West Washington. He could have had his dismissed due to jurisdiction too, but he fought on the filed state one, and the case was over in less than a year. Bad move, KJ. I don't think Without a Crystal Ball is in denial, but there is no point in her bringing up the possibility of a refile if it hasn't happened yet. And most of us already know that anyways. Regardless of your dislike for KJ, this is the judgment in her favour. Minnesota has laws that will favour tardies. So either way, she screwed herself over. Hopefully she gets what she deserves. She did, and she didn't mention without prejudice either. Yes, she didn't mention a lot of stuff in that. So, she was very, very careful. I think, all right. Here's a shout out to Uncivil Law. Someone says also people can say whatever they want about uncivil law, but he got this one right, which in my opinion proves he's less biased against KJ than other YouTube lawyers. Right, that's right here. Thank you, Uncivil Law, for your ability to see through all this mess and the reality of the laws in play. But she told him to stay in his lane before. He only saw through the motion of jurisdiction. He really did not agree on the other stuff and will still report as if he proceeds in Minnesota if filed. Katie, you really need to start reading threads because just grabbing one you agree with is pointless. If further down, they say they were mistaken. It's time to wake up. Your delusions are keeping you completely disconnected from what was going on. Didn't Uncivil say it's 60-65 for Tidy's side, or did he change his mind? I haven't watched these streams for a while, but I think it was Nate who said it would be dismissed. I might be wrong. I know Nate called that it would be dismissed due to jurisdiction, but I thought Uncivil Law made a prediction that it was more likely than not it would be dismissed. Again, if I'm totally mistaken. I don't know. I can't remember. So long ago. You're celebrating while forgetting that they will most likely file in your state. You are really the dumbest person out there. You're still going to be struggling regardless. If they don't refile, you're going to apologize and admit Katie won. Nope, you won't, because your unreasonable hate blinds you to facts. Yes, I'm so biased. If you paid attention, I stayed out of commenting much of this suit because I was letting the courts decide. They did. Katie won. That's Zag. Oh, dear. That's petty, and my petty. I know I'm petty too. If I had the money, I would be doing it. She didn't win anything but jurisdiction. That was the only thing being judged at this time. If they refile, there will be other things to judge. But so far, Katie has a win. Okay, lady, you're welcome. Okay, that is well deserved and very funny, especially when it is a pet peeve of mine. I should be flogged with a wet noodle. Thanks for the correction. All right. See, in the previous cases, no one refiled. That's correct. And that's, yeah. I thought it was funny. Well, the sanctions are without prejudice, so technically she could. But what I thought was really interesting, there was something, if you have a look on the bottom, she said something about it wasn't right for her to sanction a California-based lawyer. And I think that was a hint that they would, again, if they were to bring any sanctions against him, Salty can say that there's no jurisdiction. She's actually left herself open. Congrats, Katie. There's Keon. Where's Keon been? Yes. She stayed dead quiet. Todd is fueling her misfortunes. He said they can refile with limitations, but I don't see how Tadia would have to refile anything, man. But uncivil is a patient. He doesn't. I don't know. The only person that has won is Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown is the winner. She paid tens of thousands for literally nothing. Yes. All right. I don't understand why you're so happy. If they file the case in your state, the law's apparently stricter, so better for Tadia and her legal team. Jurisdiction not dismissed, not case. Get the facts straight. Case was dismissed based on jurisdiction. She's not wrong. She just simply doesn't understand the victory isn't all sweet because Tadia simply has to refile in another jurisdiction. And the motion to delete still stands. That's the thing. That motion was agreed to. They did agree to that motion, so that still stands. For now, it will be refiled. That's a given. Like an appeal on a death penalty case. I have no opinion either way. Don't like your content, but not sure it's defamation, but I do wish you luck. Anyway, what else have we got here? Don't worry, Katie. When they file in Minnesota, it'll be even better for them. Keep flapping them gums, though. That's a bit cruel. A bit Brownie's relieved. Now you're going to have to pay for another lawyer when they refile. You're delusional. It's dismissed in I keep saying WA, Washington. Oh. Kelly Jones says nobody won. The court wasn't. That's correct, Kelly. Yeah, you're having me of loser stalkers. This must be a sad day. Very pleased with you for you, Katie. Now to focus on you and your family instead of these trolls. You've done well in handling this. Not many understand the stress behind a lawsuit. Well, she's going to keep being stressed because jurisdiction got dismissed, not the case. It would make sense if you actually knew why it got dismissed and you stopped brown-nosing this pathological liar. And look like a goober publicly the whole time. Not a win. I'd want, but okay, Katie, you go. You blew your reputation and money. All right. So now this is really interesting. Remember, the motion to not delete still stands, from my understanding. If I am incorrect. Yes, I saw some of that, Jean. That was good. Actually, you made a mistake because Minnesota even peak salt from our haters. Yeah. Emily has said, okay, if any creators do care, I truly think it would make Laurie's life so much easier if videos about her would be removed. These are no cause to considerable to her mental health. What on earth are you talking about, Katie? They were found not to be relevant to the case for jurisdiction. Thank you. But this wasn't a concern when your legal team was bringing up Laurie and Nat's mental health to try and make them look unstable. Yikes. Don't act like you care. Your attorney attacked her mental capacity in motions. Hang on. Oops. No. In motions after you said, oh, the person I've been DMing, don't know her. Guess who got blocked? Me too. Yes, now she cares about Lorianne. Oh, so it doesn't stand? No. Doesn't stand. Okay. Thank you, Kelly. Yep. Yeah, now she cares about Lorianne. Lorianne, that's name should never be spoken again. Going peace. I'm sure will come up when Tidy refiles in Minnesota. It shouldn't, as Laurie was there to prove that KJ had contact in Washington, which would have been avoided if KJ didn't say she didn't have any subscribers or get income from the state. When a case is dismissed on traditional media, also all the media coverage moved. No, KJ doesn't want them removed for LA. She wants it removed for herself. Nice attempt to pretend to have concern for someone else, but those with common sense can see through it. I would agree with this. Laurie, Nat, and Kim and everyone to prove jurisdiction should be removed. This is a mess on both sides, and the focus should be with KJP and TW. Laurie Ann and the other agents who acted on KJ's behalf to violate YouTube terms will be involved in for the long haul due to relevant subpoena, unfortunately. I do not disagree. I am talking about the relevance of this case. I think there was many mistakes. I mean, in terms of this case, those names shouldn't be part of again. If they're relevant to the allegations the case is motivated by, they will be. Lorianne made the decision of trying to right her wrongs, to not harm others. She'll have to follow through. Didn't you throw Laurie under the bus? Now you should consider people's mental health. Have you considered the mental health of the people you speak about? I doubt it. And you want the videos regarding her removed because they show how you behave, that you order mass flaggings? I thought it was a bit rich too. Laurie aside, a lot of your former Discord mods have actually spilled the beans and are likely to sign on to any potential future actions. This is what happens when you throw people who support you under a bus. I wouldn't be surprised if their SWAT attempts are from that crowd. What about Nat, huh? Don't act like you care. Your attorney oh, yeah, we've had that one. You think you won? You didn't. You just didn't. It's just jurisdiction, not the complaint. Your ego can't let you see that. Why are these women why these women went through that, not others. What you don't get is that everyone sees who you really are. But you're okay with what they have to say about Nat and what they're doing to her mental health. I have no comment on that as there is an ongoing FBI investigation. Thanks. Do you care that do you really think people don't see through your nonsense? You don't care about them. You would benefit if the videos came down. She doesn't care. She's a compulsive liar, enormous hypocrite, narcissist, and she'll do anything and say anything for attention. It's honestly sickening. But this wasn't a concern for your legal team, was bringing up Laurie's and mental health to try and make them look unstable. But you know her but don't you know her and you aren't friends? It would have been great of you to think about people's mental health and stopped a lot of the extraneous filings by your legal team. Your lawyer caused a lot of problems. It's disappointing that there is still zero accountability from you. How would you know? How would you know you didn't know her? Thank you. So here's a question. By asking people, if she's saying that she knew that Laurie's life was made difficult, why then means there has to have been communication, correct? These I know cause considerable to her mental health. If she's saying that she knows that there were issues with her mental health, then they had to have been in communication. Oh, wow. What about Nat? What happens to all this? So what do you reckon? If she's saying that she knows it caused considerable, if it has been with prejudice, of course, would be saying that no merit, that she would be okay to let it all, but it was dismissed without prejudice. The location is all, I don't know. Yeah. Do not delete is in play because the court's dismissed with the court. Okay. Of course, I think so, Michelle. Who your business, you're married, you're not supposed to be messing around. Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like this lawsuit was the practice run before the big show. That's what I was thinking. Hello, BJGW. Exactly, Michelle. Dismissed without prejudice is a lot different. Oh, if they can't delete, that's because of the FBI case holding up, not because of the court case. Okay. So what do you reckon? If KJ is saying that she knew that it caused considerable stress to Lorianne, does that mean that she knows her? Many people are concerned about the future of the legal future of the case. So we're still talking about the case. The case in Washington is dismissed. The declarations filed were not found to be relevant to proving personal jurisdiction. What happens in the future, I can't control. No matter what happens, I remain confident. Thanks. I think Tardy will feel so much more peace after having her day in court. Probably I'm on Tardy's side. Maybe mediation should be enough. It's been too nasty, too crazy, a waste of money for all involved. I doubt that this is over, and I'm not sure the law in Minnesota will be better for you. I think KJ is in denial. Minnesota is going to be much harder. Saltz already said they would file in Minnesota if it was denied. He made it very clear when asked. He certainly did, and I can guarantee he will file in Minnesota. I might check. Well, and it's interesting, Michelle K. It's funny that because then because it was after all of this that the police reports the police visited. It's also breaking a platform that has little restrictions. Yes, it's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, waiting for take 2. It takes 2, baby. American law is petty like that, with or without makes no little difference. It's a small victory for KJ, but I bet the Westbrooks will refile in KJ's home state within a month. They have sunk too much money into this at this point to just throw up their hands. Yep, it doesn't make any sense for KJ to comment on something that hasn't happened yet. I didn't say anything about me or others stating their opinions. I don't think people should be nagging KJ to make comments about future filings. So Minnesota is harder? Yeah. Correct. Seriously, does she think deleting files about Laurie is going to make a decision? How many signed decks from Laurie does she think Saltz has? And then people say the judge just dismissed it because she didn't want to deal with KJ and her lawyer are observed. You really think a federal judge would just grant a motion to dismiss a case just because she didn't want to deal with it? I mean, the judge could. She's human too. And this case wasn't even started yet, and it was going to be crazy with all the filings. It's a possibility, sure. I just hope the judge wouldn't rule a certain way on the case because one of the parties has some difficult personalities. But you're right. I'm sure it's happened before. Or perhaps the judge looked at the entirety of the case, determined the Westbrooks' own actions caused their downfall. The hag. Katie reporting on did not constitute cause for defamation and dismissed the case, actually doing their job as a judge. No judge in the firm. But it was only done on jurisdiction. It had nothing to do with the merits of the case, Zach. All right. So she says, because the judge she would have dismissed it with prejudice, and she would have said, and she would have given reasons as to why the case had no merits rather than just jurisdiction. It was. Sag, I'm disappointed. I disagree with most things you say, but this comment is way off. I saw the live, though, and saw Todd's cryptic comment with him saying they can refile, but now I'm not convinced that you are not affiliated with KJ. I did too, Lucy. IMO, her live was just too hurrying to get more BS out to her members, as she would say, control the narrative. My bio donor is a male version of KO, so I've been KJ, so KO. Wow, if this is a display of ignorance, isn't the product of what you are drinking Kool-Aid, I don't know what is. Well, maybe you should check your facts before accusing others. Your statement couldn't be more correct. Judge never got to the defamation case. It never got past jurisdiction. The case was dismissed on jurisdiction alone. The case entirety was never presented. So how could the judge have dismissed it all on the facts? Get your facts straight before speculating, Zag. It's over for now unless filed in Minnesota. Oh, dear. Yes. Well, I think she actually got a couple of new members from her live today earlier. Look, you are right, the Amber Chick. It wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. Yeah, it hasn't been fair. So anyway, you have sunk over 30K into this case. You should have just left it where it was. You're going to be spending more money in your home state. Tidy has an endless bank account to you. Dismissed on jurisdiction doesn't mean it's over for you. Don't celebrate until it's dismissed for lack of merit. If it goes to Minnesota, you're in trouble. I changed the words there because I don't say those words. Babs court would also have had to bear the cost of dealing with all the Brown's motions. In the interest of not spending all that money, she denied jurisdiction. Brown and Salts will not meet again, probably. Katie and the facts, yeah. Yeah. Vindication. So anyway, so that was that one. So, you know, we're talking again. We're talking again. Doing lots of talking. She could have just kept her mouth shut and kept moving. You don't mess with. Well, exactly. That's what we were saying. That's what we've been saying the whole time. All right. So that was the Laurie Ann. So there's that one. Then it's counting on cancelled. Jed Duggar's wedding. All right. And then, so this one was 16 hours ago. Okay, these were 16, 17 hours ago. Then 10 hours ago, we got police were here again tonight. A woman admitted on Twitter to calling authorities to report fraud. Police came today from reports of not having my child in school, forcing him to have a feeding tube. According to police, the woman did not live in state and also didn't claim to know us. Because this is the second false report, they said we can consider pressing charges. This is what doxing looks like. It needs to stop. Now, I don't know. I didn't see anything of no. I don't know. They did do a discovery. They did do a discovery pathway. So a woman named Dee admitted to calling police and encouraged others to report me. This is the fifth time they've come out on baseless calls. You are wasting taxpayers' money. Now, I haven't basically, once again, I fail to understand how this comes to be. People don't like your channel and have issues with your content. Why do they watch, never mind comment, and then be stupid enough to report you? They've been there, done that with the zero findings. So Zag is back into it. I'm sorry this has happened. It's disgusting, cruel. I hope your little guy is okay with the commotion. I'm loud. I know you have a lot of quiet people that support you. It'll be wise for you, Katie, to not start a campaign against the trolls like they did with you. They deserve no attention. I have police at my house. Tell the police that there's people that believe in you and will watch for you. That doesn't do anything. CPS may be coming too because they accuse me of munchauctions by proxy. Can they find whoever reported you? I agree. The police must know where the originating port would come from. I don't believe the school itself would be the one to call. Otherwise, how would they know the kid isn't homeschool or in virtual? Oh, I don't believe that. Well, that's true. I agree, Gal. It would be much easier. Just keep your mouth shut. Don't mess around with judges. Yes, that's good point. KJ was talking about someone. Yeah, there's someone on D. She admitted to calling the Minnesota people about the money that she was allegedly that she thought that she was getting paid to look after her son. That Dee admitted to checking to see letting him know that she was on the internet 24/7. KJ's live normal. No, she didn't act like she doesn't. No, it was. Oh, I've got a big mouth. But I know. I keep mine. I keep mine talking too. She can't say fish over the Lord's suit. So she's back to her son. Yep. Not only are the false reports of crime tonight, the police being here greatly upset my son, who screamed and yelled. These repeated baseless threats are scaring my child and causing him trauma. We have a whole team helping us. He's in public school. We have nurses. Leave us alone. Terrifying, isn't it? It's almost amazing how fast V recovered. Less than 20 minutes later, she's posting about the Duggars on IG. I couldn't imagine that happening to me, to be able to recover so quickly, especially V. I know I'd need more time to calm down. Could she be lying? I personally thought it was more curious that while the police were at her house, she was updating her viewers. If I was in that position, I would have been shaking in my shoes, not tweeting. This is terrorizing. The police are fed up. You're wildly fed up. You don't need each other to file criminal charges. I know others will say don't. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not sure how it stops until you do that, only my opinion. But that's interesting. So that she was like, there's been people there that say, well, she was. I had to donate my last Twitter account from all the surrounding hate, and I wasn't party to the horrendous harassment Katie and her family have incurred. But my support is not wavered. I hope Katie knows she has support from many. The continued hate is preposterous. But yes, it was interesting. So while the police were at her house, she was allegedly tweeting. And then 20 minutes later, she was posting on Instagram. So you make up your own mind with that. Okay. All right. So that is her Instagram. So that was Instagram today. So that's how that's all been happening. So, all right. Now we're going to get to Sunday night. Let's get to Sunday night. No, it doesn't make any sense, bibbly bubbly boo. I agree. It doesn't make any sense. I've got more questions than answers at the moment. I really do. I have more questions than answers, and the cops just don't show up for one phone call. There had to be proof of something. Well, particularly if they're saying that it was somebody from out of state. They're saying somebody from out of state rang. Like, why? Why? And how would the person out of state know that the child wasn't in school? Why was the police I think the word of the day is credibility or lack thereof. Whoops. The thing is, the police being called to our house is kind of like all the harassment, death threats people were getting when KJ was like, correct. And it could be the same people. It's now her turn. The tweet was done about 5:30 a.m. When does this woman ever get off and clean the toilets? I don't think she does, Jane. She's made many enemies throughout her time. Yes, Wind Whispers, I know that, but that doesn't mean she doesn't want to harass KJ. Look, if KJ's getting harassment, it's totally and utterly wrong. Nobody should be harassing anybody. Everyone needs to stay in their corners. She's done this before, says, well, I'm getting pretty used to being in a constant state of confusion now. Ever since I joined Twitter, if I'm honest, I'm confused. Yeah. I've been listening, waiting for my cooking to... I don't think the cops would have said who called out of state. Oh, I find it really hard to believe. They would have said we've had a phone call. All right. So now I don't know where Rick is. Oh, no, he's letting the team down with his He's not serving the drinkies. All right. So let's watch her live. So this was Sunday night. So this was the night before she got this news. All right. And I do get a mention in this. I'd like to say, and yes, KJ, I'm now playing your Instagram live. But under fair use, as long as I add commentary to it, I'm covered. And besides, he's building ice chairs. Well, that's right. He's making room. He's busy cleaning his house for us all to come. And yeah. And if all else fails, I'll call it the Katie Joy Defence Jurisdiction. I think she knew this before it came. I don't think so. Absolutely, Joe, if this is actually happening, it isn't right at all. I have questions, though, for sure, but that doesn't change the fact it's wrong to use the system to harass anyone. No one should be using the system to harass anybody. But there are lots of questions. And this live left me with lots of questions as well. Anyway, let's watch it.
Because they're repeatedly calling CPS and they're calling the state to report me for fraud. And it's like these people.
So Sunday night, she was on the same narrative Sunday night. I did miss the start of it.
Are so psychotic. And so tonight, I was like, you know what? I'm so done with these people. I'm so done. I want them to know that, like, I know who you guys are, and you guys are the ones that put yourself out there. You're the ones.
Now she's going to talk about doxing somebody, and I have to say that I saw the document, and it wasn't until KJ had pointed out how you actually find the person's details did I actually see the person's details. Up until that point, I was oblivious. I do believe that it was a dox. That is why the police last night. Yes, see, she was talking about the police on Sunday night and these people calling the police, and then they're there on Monday. Yeah, that's. Just think, Joe, if she tried to sue you, she'd have to go to Australia. Think of that bill for her. Well, that's right. She'd have to come to Australia. I'm going to call it the Paulson defence jurisdiction. I was sorting out people in Discord explaining the motions to dismiss. Oh, yeah. Nothing. Oh, waiting for coffee to kick in. Well, yes.
Like, you're the ones that are taking this real life with me.
See, it says filing a false police report is illegal. So she's talking about police reports and everything. She's banned, says Willow. ScoMo won't let her in, Joe, says Michelle. Well, that's right, and I can't leave the country, so.
These fake names pretending like.
And it's interesting. Someone says, Zag Creations is the worst too. I've had to block her because she only speaks so much nonsense and attacks everybody. I thought that was a very interesting comment. So she's talking about false police reports on Sunday night, and then on Monday she's saying she's talking about false police reports again. My suspicious. That does seem mighty odd. However, people online are absolutely bonkers. I wouldn't put past anyone to think, oh, you want some cops to come. Okay, sadly enough. Not defending her or saying I believe her. Well, that's a good point there, Amber Chick. Yes, there are people that are bonkers.
Can't figure out who you are, and then you literally dox yourself and then cry foul because I could see through the blackout. You're the idiot that got arrogant, that put your own Facebook account. You posted an account photo from your own Facebook on Twitter, and you didn't even hide your photo. You doxed your own photo.
We need a universal cyber court. I think that was like, yeah, you're bonkers. She was referring to someone else on Sunday filing the reports, not Dee, which I thought was interesting, but no one should harass her. That's right. But now Dee's got the blame for that, and she's talking about another person, which she's going to reveal. But as I said, that person had highlighted out their name, but the only way you could find it is if you actually magnified it and looked really hard. cyber court would be good.
Then you also did not block out your name. So, like, how are you going to accuse me of doxing you when you literally posted your own damn photo and then didn't block out your name properly? You're an idiot.
She did block out her name. As I said, you actually have to you have to magnify, like you actually have to zoom in, like really, 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 like zoom in a lot to be actually see through it. And if I hadn't have seen this, if I hadn't been made aware of it, I would not have even thought of it. I am not sure if I believe her or not. She constantly seeks attention. She makes it hard to know truth from her lies. Sometimes that's correct. Oh, Zag has been, well, I would say Zag has been one of her ride or dies. That's the impression that you get. It's suspicious because her previous actions, for sure, sadly, we've all seen this. Yes, we've seen it. We've seen it. Well, that's the person who got doxed.
And you were an idiot to think that you could harass and stalk me and call the cops on me and call CPS on me. It's like...
But she's blaming that other person now for doing that, which is, I don't believe... which I don't think she has. But really... So this was the start of it.
I'm so tired of these people. But oh God, people were in my inbox immediately and they're like, oh my God, you doxed her. It's like, I didn't dox her. She shared her own Facebook photo.
She's about to show everybody now. She does deny it. She's going to show it right now.
It wasn't hard to find it once you looked at it, and you could see that she was sharing her own Facebook photo.
It wasn't hard to see it. No, you actually have to look very hard. See, how do you know for a fact it was her calling the cops?
I'm not saying it was her that was calling the cops. I know that she's harassing me, though, for sure, because she has been harassing me. She harasses anyone that responds to me on Twitter. She's been posting false allegations against me. She's been involving herself in my lawsuit. She's been trying to, insert herself and get me arrested for things accusing.
I haven't seen any of that. This is the culture, KJ. It's cultivated for herself and her followers. Yeah. The lawmakers haven't come up. Australia has some of the toughest cyber laws in the world at the moment. So
crimes. She tweets about me nonstop, daily, every single day. It's insane. Yeah, I feel like if you are not involved in a lawsuit, you shouldn't be a part of it. Like, you shouldn't try to insert yourself.
So there you go. We shouldn't be showing any interest in the lawsuit. We shouldn't be reading documents. We shouldn't be reading
somebody else's lawsuit. You just shouldn't. You just should stay out of people's legal problems. Because if you insert yourself, then you end up accidentally becoming a party to something, and you don't want to get involved in lawsuits. Because if you get called on, it's like, sometimes I'm sitting here I'm not talking about that person. Not at all. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about this Haiti joyless person.
There you go. She's just called them out.
I have nothing to say about that other person. I'm not talking about that other person. I will never. No, it's a filter. The filter makes my lips look bigger. I don't know what the filter is.
Willow, not yet. What I have got are more subscribers, but I haven't had any fallout as yet. So she was celebrating her suit. Yeah, well, this was the night before. Wind Whispers. This was Sunday night.
I can see yours, Courtney. I have nothing to say about that other person. I have nothing to say about anything else. I'm just talking about this Haiti joyless person that's been stalking me, who accidentally who like literally doxed herself. So I'm sure I could DCMA her, but I don't like to do that. Like, I don't want to be the kind of person that starts like copy striking people for using photos for parodies. But what she's doing is not a parody. Like, there's nothing parody about her.
Thank you for becoming a member, Mary HB. Look what keeps flashing above her head. Yeah, that was about one of the kittens, actually.
There's nothing parody about what she's doing on Twitter towards me. What she's doing on Twitter is not parody. She's hiding behind parody. DCMA is like when you do a copyright claim on someone's photos. Like if they share your photos and it's a copyrighted photo, like my images I own.
So now she's saying anybody. I believe she's also inserted herself into other people's lawsuits. Correct, another fan of KJ, and welcome. And who is this other person? I don't know who she's talking about now. I have no idea. But now she's saying that nobody can use photos of her. Nobody can use photos of her. My image is my own. No, that wasn't on KJ's stream. That was my phone. All my things were off.
And then if you use my images without permission, like I can do a DCMA, but I don't like to do those. Like I just, after everyone was getting mad at me for literally like doing a valid copyright strike on YouTube, for people that were literally lifting my full videos, I just stopped messing with it. And I was like, what?
Now I'm about to come up because apparently I just show her whole. I show her whole video. I show all her videos.
I'm not playing with this anymore. So I don't do the strikes like that. But I just try to stay away from all of that. There's this one chick named Joanne Cochran. She's like,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly, Gail. Exactly. That woman needs. She should have had brown experience. Right. So, and she called me a chick, and she actually pronounced my name correctly. I was doing laps around my bedroom at this point in time. I got no idea what she said. Hello, Bo. I know there's this one chick. Oh, thank you. Wait, I'm going to rewind that because we want to get that.
Whole videos. I just stopped messing with it. I was like, whatever. I'm not playing this anymore. So I don't do the strikes like that. But I just try to stay away from all of that. There's this one chick named Joanne Cochran. She's got a YouTube page. She takes all of my Instagram live videos, every single one of them, and she posts them on her channel. It's crazy.
I'm crazy. Is that defamation? But it's true. I am. Most people I know think that I'm crazy. The thing is, I think I'm supposed to be upset. I think I'm supposed to be sad. And I'm like going, yeah!
So she doxed herself because she was in March. She was like posting a photo on her Twitter.
This isn't me now. This is like, that's all she said. That like she's gone back to the other one.
Account, Haiti Joyless or whatever, and she posted her own photo. Like, If Joanne is making money off of my Instagram stuff on her channel, I don't know if Joanne's channel is monetized.
Oh, there I go. I'm there again.
Joyless or Haiti Joyless or whatever, and she posted her own photo. Like, if Joanne is making money off of my Instagram stuff on her channel, I don't know if Joanne's channel is monetized.
Of course you do.
I don't really care. I'll show you.
Of course you know, because you haven't cared at any other point until now. Doesn't she realize that I've got kiddie videos and music videos and other stuff on there, and videos about mental health and other stuff? Like, really? I'm not here. I'm not here for the KJ. I'm here for the she didn't complain more about you. I think she secretly likes CJ. Well, I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? But I don't know that I've given her the reaction she wanted either. Because like I've just gone, yeah. I just got excited.
This was like her.
Right. So here is what she posted. So you can see that what she had blacked out. I'm just trying to. You can see that what she's blacked out. No point. Is this coloured bit here? So can you see the coloured rectangle? Because if I show it, it's just here. Now, I can't see it unless I zoom right in. Hello, Masuda. Do as I say, not or I do. I mean, straight out likes to make money off other people. But I know. So that is what she's saying, how the woman doxed her. I know. Thank you for the subs, KJ. I think I've gone up another 10. I think I've got another 10. So that I'm pretty happy about that. So that is what she's saying that the woman doxed herself with. So I can't see it on my phone. It's this little window, coloured window here. It's like she's highlighted it out.
This was the post she put. You can't really see it very well, but on the side of it, she posted that she put it's from her Facebook account. And she tried to black out the name, but you can see it. Like you can see her full name and you can see the picture.
I couldn't see her full name. And I couldn't see it until I actually zoomed all the way in. So I'm sorry, Katie, you are wrong.
And that's how we figured it out. Like, she didn't do a very good job.
Years ago, see, she just zoomed in then. I know the radicals are in on it. They have no moral compass. And which one of her soccer accounts did she use to see this week? Well, that's a good question because I believe Haiti Joyless said that KJ's blocked her. Have to check her out now. I know all these people. I wonder how you can stop this stuff online. It must be difficult. But the other thing is, right, I only started doing the Instagrams that she deleted. If she didn't delete her videos off Instagram, I would have no reason to show them. I only figured it out because KJ told us how to figure it out. And so, yeah. Tell ya. All right.
You know, for the most part, we literally like ignore it.
Oh, here we go.
Really good. Like, I have a.
She says, can't she use it if it's transformative, i.e. Instagram lives, etc.? Here we go. I'm going to get to it spoken about again.
Good legal team, so I'm not like.
Oh, hear that? She said she's got a really good legal team.
most part, we literally like ignore it. And I have a really good legal team, so I'm not like that's taking care of so much stuff, and so I don't really I don't try to worry about it.
So she's saying she's got a really good legal team, and so now she's going to say, apparently, I can't do it for transformation. Because she got, I don't know. But as I say, she's put it out there. So too bad she doesn't have a really good med spa team, says Kristen.
I don't know. She can't take the entirety of it. So transformative use means that you can use clips. So like I use short clips from TLC, 10-second loops tops. If you use more than that of anybody's stuff, you risk getting a copyright strike.
There you go. Watch out for that. Oh, that's all. I've been followed. I've had my car around twice in 4 weeks. So like I've been followed. So none of that really scares me anymore. But yeah, it's all right. So someone says Brown as the legal team. Oh, wait, you have a team of people, Brown?
And I learned that the hard way. So I honestly don't now, having learned that the hard way, I have learned to only use 10-second clips of anything I use. Well, I have a legal team.
What's the punishment for copyright strike? Is that not copyright if she uses the full live? So now they're all, yeah.
Weird for people. So you know what's going on in my life? Of course I do.
Does it matter if she's taking it from Instagram versus YouTube? Not sure how that works. So here we go. I have to say, after she called me out, I sort of switched off because I was just so excited that she called me out, that she knew who I was. Like, I don't remember the rest of this. Seriously, like, I was so excited. Yes, KJ, I was really thrilled that you actually knew who I was. I'm just like, from Australia. I'm from the colony of Australia. She's got no sense of the word parody. No, she doesn't understand parody. Do you know FBI Bible, when somebody speaks and looks up to the right eye, that person's lying? Part of the play she talks about her legal team, you'll see her. Really? That doesn't surprise me, Kelly.
Yes, it is a copyright if she uses the full live. It's just a strike on your channel. You own copyright for anything that's yours. Like, I got a copyright strike literally for republishing one of someone from 90 Day Fiance. Like, I put their Instagram live on my YouTube channel and I got a strike for it. So I will never repost people's Instagrams for more than a few seconds.
Hang on. But she does. She reposts. I don't know. Hasn't she been reposting, putting stuff on Instagram? Must admit, when she was playing the New Crushers video, I was yelling copy strike. I'm sure she thinks you're from Ireland, like she thinks Julie is. Well, possibly. She also thinks, she did think Crystal Bill and I were the same person. No, never more than a few without laughter with KJ. That's right. No, she doesn't add commentary. No. So if I was just going to make a video and I was going to use shorts of her clips, I would need to do it. But my understanding is, and I've had it, and yeah, Bill, yeah. So yeah, she thought she and I were the same person at one point in time, and which is funny. I mean, we don't even have the same accents, to be fair. Bill is from Perth, from WA, and I'm from Melbourne. So we've got different accents.
Because I did not like having a strike on my channel.
Look, someone says, Brown seems to be working against you. Dump him.
Like, I play by the rules. I've only ever had one strike ever. Ever. So.
Someone says, I would sue these people once this is over. You guys sound totally... I know, we do sound totally different, Willow. To Americans, your accents sound alike. It's just like to most Australians, all Americans sound alike. Just like you can tell by someone talking where they come from. We have slightly accents. Oh, really? You all don't sound the same to me? Well, I think the more you get to hear us, you get to hear the different accents. So generally you can tell whether someone's from an eastern, like New South Wales has a slightly different accent again. Just watching KJ clips, it would be torturous. Exactly. You only had one strike, but you had no problem striking every other channel. That's right. Yeah, Scale. Good luck at suing the whole entire internet, KJ. Yes. Oh, I thought you had a team for YouTube. So somebody else.
No, I have a great attorney. Thank you, though. You're listening to people that are telling you he's working against me, and you are an idiot if you're listening to people like that.
Well, the gall of some people, and they think they know it all.
All right. No, I don't have a team. I mean, I have a YouTube manager. I love how people think they know more about my life than me. And they think they know more about what's going on behind the scenes than me because some Yahoo on YouTube reads them papers and tells them their opinion.
Some Yahoo on YouTube reads papers and tells them their opinion. Now, which Yahoo is that? Idiot. Cries in Ocker, Queensland accent. Yeah. And then someone says, girl, you are just posting news. What is wrong with people? If she just posted news, you'd be all right. Maybe because she tells... Is that Yahoo? I don't know who the Yahoo is because you're in complete denial. No. So, Joe, you have all the evidence. Apparently so. Wait, she said multiple times she had a YouTube manager. Now she doesn't. No, now she said she does. Are we different here in Queensland? Yes. Stop contradicting yourself. Yes, this is the one. This is the one.
Just because someone has an opinion about what's going on in my life doesn't mean it's actually an opinion that's valid. So, otherwise, I know I'm just posting the news. I know. I'm really into Harry Styles, though, you guys. I'm loving Harry Styles right now. He's like my favorite person. Who else wants to put Harry Styles in their pocket? Would you?
Someone says, I have never heard a negative thing about you.
Run around with Harry Styles in your pocket. I know I would. I might have a dream about Harry Styles tonight. Oh, there's a lot of people on YouTube that think they know my life more than I do. It's hilarious. There's lawyers that think they know more about my life than me. It's comical, to be honest.
I will have to post it because this is from my computer. So I'll have to send me an email, and it's in my about section, and I will get you a link. If they never heard a negative thing, they better clean their ears. Poor Harry, I know. Yeah, so send me an email and I'll give you a link and I'll get it sorted out for you.
Ryan Reynolds in your pocket.
Someone says you are so private. That's cray. Really? Private? I don't know if he's going to want to talk to me, Jean, but I'm happy to talk to him.
I can't get over his constant use of tanner. It bothers me. His self-tanner really bothers me.
Then someone says, I saw on Twitter that something system is in that account. She posted some nasty stuff about you, Katie. You should report it. I did. It's obvious she's been used. I can't find you on Twitter. Someone wants Chris Pratt in their pocket. It's just gross.
Why is this so weird?
Not, and that's my phone going flat.
Why is this so weird to you? I'm glad you like my YouTube. Okay, I'm not talking about this stuff.
Delete. To her lawsuit. Then it says,
Chris Pratt, no.
I just saw, I've learned a lot from you and what you've posted. Is it ever stressful enough to make you want to change jobs? Hope not, but just wondering. He's hoping it all gets better.
Like a fundy now. I can't. He goes to a church that's super homophobic. Sorry, I might have to disconnect. My son's upset. I have to go, you guys. We're having a hard time with the time change. So
okay, so that's 11 minutes in, and we're still another 31 minutes to go. So she definitely, as you can see, she definitely went.
No, this is never stressful for me to want to change jobs. This is like normal stuff. I'm just literally calling someone out. Wait, is it calming down? I haven't covered Amber Portwood in years.
And someone yells and says he's screaming. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do. Oh, maybe I took it out. Hang on. There we go. Oh, maybe I deleted the wrong stuff. Yeah. That's my email address.
It's been a long time. He's so frustrated, you guys, because he's so used to the times, and he thinks it's 8 o'clock still, and it's not, and it's 9. And with his autism, he's so confused right now. Yeah, he's screaming, but my husband's taking care of it. I try not to interfere with this kind of stuff because if you have a child with autism, at least with my child, if one parent is taking care of it and the other one interrupts, it often creates more mess.
If one person's taking care of it, isn't it? If one person's taking care of him, I think. Yes. So they have been asking about Nat in there. If she was ever, even if she was never sued again, she's wronged enough people that she'll never have a peaceful live stream with a supportive audience again. I think that would be a fair comment, Kristen.
For him, and if my husband can handle it, I don't want to undermine my husband's, the authority he has in this position.
Well, I did too, bibbly bobbly boo. I thought, oh yeah, I was getting ready to pack up because I went and of course, no, we've still got another 15 minutes to go.
Okay. Yeah, parents, they'll easily like.
Yep, she did.
I just try not to undermine my husband when he's taking care of something because I feel like it's very easy to do that as a parent. Like, you know that you can calm down a situation. Like, my son will listen to me, but I try to give my husband the time and the opportunity to take care of it himself if he can. But when he really doesn't listen and he's just like going on and on and on, I can immediately step in and he will listen to me. But he knows kind of like, you know, like kids can figure out how to push buttons.
No, it says, even if your husband is handling it, it's not the time to gossip on a live. Be a mother, please. Oh, really? Lisa? Wow. That's pretty cool. Got your second vaccination.
And it's hard for me as a mom not to like step in and be like, because I've been with them all day.
I did a video yesterday showing all the tweeting and Instagram that she did. So yeah, she was with them all day tweeting. Step in and don't let him get worked up, says Michelle K. It's called good parenting, someone says.
I'm gonna just, my husband's handling it, and don't parent shame me because I'm on here talking.
Don't parent shame her because she's on there talking. But didn't she just say she was going to go? I've got to go. Didn't you say I've got to go because my son's upset? I'm sure that's what she said. I've got to go because my son's upset. Yeah, don't parent shame me. I was in this live. I tried to pay her a compliment. I told her she looked pretty without makeup. Ignored, and I found out it was a filter.
I'm gonna have my live and I'm gonna be fine. I'm so sick of you guys parent shaming, like, because I'm literally like on a Instagram live.
Yes, she shamed Jill and Derek.
We have nurses, but they're not here on Sundays. We usually have a few open shifts a week. But they aren't here all day. They're only here for so many hours per day. They leave by 5.
Hang on. Didn't on one of the posts on Twitter or something, did she say that something about 10 hours a day, the nurses, and now they're here? Now she's saying they're gone by 5, so I'm confused. I don't know. I'm confused. People need to be sorted out about the orders dismissed from 30 minutes ago. Oh, not part of the pain job. Don't behave in a way that's shameful and you won't be shamed.
Cheers. I ignore that account, Martha. And Martha, please don't send me what she's saying to me on Twitter. It literally doesn't bother me. Here, this is another thing, you guys. Don't send me what people say about me on Twitter. Just don't. I don't care. Like, if you're in my inbox sending me what people are saying, it's not helpful. I don't care. It doesn't bother. It doesn't matter. Like, we pay attention to what we need to pay attention to, but like telling me what some random accounts are saying about me is not helpful. And literally all you're doing, I think, when you do that is trying to stir up drama.
They used to be there 21 hours a day. Now her and Toad to bath baby, but now she only gets service from probably 7 till 5. Is she drinking the Jesus juice again? Says not a fan of KJ. Nasty, says Aaron. Didn't bother her. She wouldn't say anything. That's, oh, well, I would agree with that.
It would be like me calling you and being like, do you know what Sarah said about you? Sarah thinks you're a bitch. Like, what would my purpose be for telling you that? It's to gossip, and it's to get you riled up. No, it is. The people that do it for a reason. The sweater is from Lulu. I know it's the same people that do it all the time. Y'all want me to have a reaction. I ignore 99.9% of you. I ignore when you send me that kind of stuff because it doesn't matter.
And then someone says, I think they were trying to help because you were talking about being harassed on Twitter. She loves being in charge and trying to control. Yes, it makes me mad. She does all day, says Lisa.
Care what some lady. They do love the drama. They're obsessed with the drama. That's why they follow me, because I'm like a T channel, sort of.
Now she's admitted she's a T channel, not. Oh, look, does. I know it's like, oh, you must be on a phone, are you? Because Lisa, because that happens to me a lot. I've never witnessed this version of KJ firsthand. We'll see, a lot of people don't. And that's the other reason why I sort of show these, because a lot of her YouTube people don't see this side of her. But I'm sure she said one of the dogs was scared of her hoodie. Sweetie,
no,
I think.
They're not helping me. Who cares if it, I mean.
Okay. Says you were coming on YouTube and then decide to argue with anyone who didn't agree with you. You have no one. You have to know when to stop. Scaring the dogs again. All right, great. All right, thank you. She's so rude talking to subscribers. I keep saying it. I keep saying God will treat others as you'd like to be treated. So I guess she's been treated that way she wants. Yes, I guess so. Yeah, this is the other side that a lot of people don't see.
Yes, she called me a drug addict today. What's different about that than any other day? That account has literally been calling me a drug addict for a year. Doesn't matter. Doesn't change anything.
So that Martha account is saying, I'm so sorry. I was only trying to help. She never directly calls out who she's talking to unless it's something she doesn't like. Correct. I feel better today. I haven't got up yet, but I feel better. Oh, that's... I've been told this is her real attitude and the real KJ, says Lisa. Probably pretty close to it. It's really sad that many of her little subs members do not get to see this. Yeah, that's one reason why she's called me out, because her Instagram's on there. But a lot of the ones I do post are her ones that she's deleted. She did admit Todd was an addict. She admitted in the on her YouTube he was an alcoholic as well.
I have so many friends. I love when the haters show up. I love when they show up in my lives. I love when they show up in my lives. Well, Martha, I'm just asking you not to send that stuff to me anymore because honestly, it doesn't matter. And it's not helpful. And you're already blocked on Twitter.
And you're already blocked on Twitter. Really? So that's how you deal with them. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. How do you solve a problem like Katie Joy? How do you sit her down and make her shut up? How do you solve a problem like Katie Joy? I will have a whip. I've forgotten the words. A clown. So yeah. And I need Rick. I broke something. Rick, where are you? Many things I'd really like to tell her. Many things I'd hope she'd understand. But how do you make her stay and listen to all you say? How do you change her heart? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Katie Joy? How do you find her heart? It's in there somewhere. Oh, you want to be part of the Block by Katie Joy Club, Lisa? You don't have to do much, I believe. Maybe they must have their hearing aids off. Duct tape fixes it. It does fix everything. How do you give somebody with a personality like the name Joy? Was she born on April Fool's Day? Someone asked.
And I apologize to Nick Snyder.
Someone also asked whether she likes drama. Will I ask her about her hormones? Oh, yes, that was a good one. The hormones. Oh, yes. Oh, I've tried to get blocked because she caused me so many problems with other creators because she just won't block me.
Videos is Nick Snyder going to make about me? Nick Snyder is the biggest bully. Nick Snyder and Dustin are bullies. And if people are calling them out right now, they deserve it. He has made so many nasty videos about me. I have publicly and privately apologized to Nick. Nick has called me terrible names. Like, I'm not going to sit here and let him play the victim over and over. And
someone says, "Did you block me on Twitter?" So now she's talking about Nick Snyder playing the victim over and over and over again. Who else do we know? Who else do we know that plays the victim?
Snyder is the biggest bully. Nick Snyder and Dustin are bullies. And if people are calling them out right now, they deserve it. He has made so many nasty videos about me. I have publicly and privately apologized to Nick. Nick has called me terrible names. Like, I'm not going to sit here and let him play the victim over and over and over when he has literally called me so many names. Nick Snyder has perpetually gone after and targeted tiny channels repeatedly, and he's doing it again. It's like not okay.
Someone else. Oh, and then Martha, good old Martha, says, you blocked me on Twitter. She goes, you blocked me on Twitter. Good old Martha. She can't let NS be the victim because that's her role. She's worked too hard for it. Bullying is a thing that is done to children, not middle-aged adults.
I don't know Courtney. I don't know who you are.
And someone says, I'm a sub and I'm blocked on Twitter too. Well, maybe you need to unsub. Martha, come over here, girl. Yes, Martha, you're welcome here. Oh, dear. Feeling like a cup of coffee. Yes, it's always a good sign. Yeah. Didn't he say something about always trying to insert herself into drama or something? Or always has to be about her or something, I think, from memory.
Nick Snyder has literally tweeted about me so much over the last 3-4 months. He has gloated in my mental health deteriorating. He has been the one person that is repeating.
All right. KJ just said that she didn't know that Courtney person, and this Courtney person says, but I went live with you on this app. So she's done a live on Instagram with KJ, and KJ's saying, I don't know you. I don't know you, but I did a live with you.
False narrative.
Courtney, come over here.
So it's I'm not going to continually apologize for something I said 2 years ago about him when he has used that one slight, when I've repeatedly apologized it to then justify his repeated attacks on me, belittling me, degrading me, harassing me, knowing that anytime he tweets about me, all of his fans are going to show up at me. And
Yes. So we're playing the victim again, aren't we?
I'm not threatened by him anymore. I'm not threatened by Dustin anymore. They're bullies. They can continue to play their stupid dramatics. They can act like children. I don't care.
See, it says I went live with you on this app. Oops. I unsubbed my membership for both channels back in October, and she won't block me. I'll be honest, I haven't been much either, a time or two. I can't stand to hear her voice. She was vile to him, and he has every right not to accept her apology. She's blocked me on everything. Leanne. Laura says she's blocked me and I've blocked. She joined Trump on the block list, and now she's all on her own. Can you remind me what am I? Courtney is the lady that wears tiny makeup on. Oh, is that right? KJ's live last November. Is that who she was? She was wearing Tadi's makeup. Oh, I remember that. KJ did say if you don't have a photo next to the name, you would be blocked, members or not. She did say that. Yes, I remember that. I unfollowed her when she called Sophia Bratch. But Courtney does have a photo next to her name. Courtney does have a photo next to her name. So,
their opinions of me do not matter. They're going to continue to fuel these nasty narratives about me. Other people on YouTube know how they are. They know how they act. They know how they target people and harass people. It's ugly. The same things that you accuse me of doing to him, he's doing to other people, and he's done to me. So just use that same energy. I'm sure he'll make 13 more videos on me because he's already made so many videos on me. Do you know how many videos I have on my channel about Nick Snyder? 0 anymore. Like maybe like 2 years ago, 3.
Oh, I have 0, and then maybe 1, 2 years. So essentially she's deleted. She's just admitted to deleting content. She's just admitted that she deletes content. Delete. Just before final store Sophie Long. Yeah. Anymore. Yes, anymore. Yes, anymore. Well, how did she then say that when did she call him a meth head then if she wasn't talking about him? That's what I want to know. I put my poor cat next to my name. I'm still blocked and everything, but then I was peaceful without having. Well, that's true because he's so much bigger than she is. I think the second one's in April. Cool. Social Blade will be interesting for the next few weeks. Delete. How about the one with her backhanded apology? Yes. Well, that's true. And she did talk to him about that. I have no doubt Salts is quickly getting all her videos from everything. I'd be downloading them all.
Well, I haven't talked about him other than to apologize, and I certainly don't make videos about him.
So she doesn't talk to him other than to apologize. So if she didn't talk about him, what did she have to apologize for? Why would you be apologizing? What are you apologizing for if you don't talk about somebody? If she considers not talking about him. So is that because she's deleted the video, she doesn't talk about him? But she wouldn't need to talk about him. Sorry. So she said she hasn't spoken about him other than to apologize. But why does she need to apologize if she hasn't spoken to him about him? Somebody else says here, all he does is report the news. Because I tell you what, trying to work that sentence out is making my head hurt. Well, I haven't spoken to him. All I've done is apologize. Salts. That's all right. Nick won't care what she says. No, well, that's true. Yep, so this was Sunday night, remember? This was before we knew what the outcome was. This was before we knew that.
On my channel. I did apologize. And I sent him a private email where I was really complimentary to him. But he doesn't tell you guys that. Like, I literally reached out to Nick and I sent him an email letting him know how deeply sorry I was for making that comment. I also said that I was sorry that he was getting attacked by people and that I just wanted to reach out and let him know, no hard feelings. Nick never replied. He loves to, this is what these channels do. If you try to work things out with them privately and literally just try to have an adult conversation with them, they will not.
Okay, so now she's talking about having adults' private conversations. She's just called out all these people, right? All these people, and yet now she's talking about trying to sell things privately. You can't see anything of hers. Mamilian. I don't know that she did know, Erin. I just think normally what happens is she does a big unraveling. And don't forget, Salts had just filed. I'd be really annoyed if I was Salts because he just filed that really good answer. And it's just no, she's got her camera reversed. Now she's back up on YouTube yelling she won anything but jurisdiction, and the penalty is much worse in Minnesota. Probably won't say her name today. Well, that's true. Oh
God, my subs wouldn't even watch him. He covers stuff that my subs don't care about, and his channel's bigger than mine. Like, his channel's bigger than mine. He gets more views than I do. There's like no need. Well, he's not worth it. And I shouldn't have said it. But he was the first person to start talking about my lawsuit, and he's been repeatedly putting out false narratives about me, gloating in it. It's like he delights in other people.
Actually, I have to say, I've watched quite a bit of his stuff, and I've probably only seen only a handful of videos. But then again, I don't know. Hey, Joe, can you check? I see your website. All right. Yeah, all right. I'll fix that up. Sarah loves donuts. I'll have a look. I may have deleted the wrong stuff, but I'll fix it all up.
Like, when he's guilty of doing the exact same thing, he's guilty of doing the same things, if not more. And he gloats and delights in other people's like issues. And then when people attack him, then he falls on, well, I'm not feeling good or this or that. But when I was literally feeling suicidal, he and his friends did not care. Like, when I was literally having a panic attack, bawling in my closet months ago, feeling suicidal, like, they didn't stop.
He hasn't made a video about her since Christmas. He said he got an email from her and wouldn't even open it. Well, that's the last one that I saw as well. I've been on long, yeah. That is my email. Yeah, that's fine. People are thirsty in the corner. I know they've been having to endure a KJ.
Yeah. All right. But then when they go through things, and I said I was feeling suicidal and they still didn't stop, they laughed at me. These channels claim to care about people with mental health, but then if you are struggling and if what they do to you is making you feel suicidal.
Actually, didn't she do that video where people were worried about her and got the police welfare check, and she complained because people cared and were checking up on her? Like, now she's saying that she was suicidal. Like, again, I don't know. Well, that's right. The subs don't watch channels. Right, before Thanksgiving. Yes, that's right. She was having trouble. People called in the welfare check. She did get furious. It's okay, you take a minute to think it may be one of the nurses. See, that's what I was wondering. I was wondering whether it was the nurses that called the CPS. No, they wouldn't give her a channel name. They'd said without a clue, without a brain, without a competent lawyer. They didn't say her name. She did blame Keem at the time, Ali. You're correct. Depends whose ox is being gored with KJ. If you know what that saying means, it's an old one. Don't try to make sense of it, Joe. If her mouth is moving, she's lying, says Kristen. Maybe because she's cried wolf so many times, people usually don't tell people. Well, that's also a very good point.
I literally, that was a bad night. And they did not stop. They still have not stopped. They do not care. And they don't care that what they're doing, they know the information they're putting out about me is false. They know that they're running a narrative. They know that they're running a false narrative.
Well, I've not heard her talk about being in the closet either. I have to say, I've not seen that either.
Yeah. They do act like high schoolers. I only addressed it today because I was sticking up for someone who he's attacking, who's a tiny channel that literally is just trying to say, stop bullying people. And he's now threatening to sue them. It's ridiculous. Like, let's behave like adults. If you have a problem with someone who's your direct competitor on YouTube, just work it out. Like, don't send him hate.
I've been waiting for my email from KJ so we could work it out. 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 I've been waiting for my cat. Hello, Cindy Sue.
I don't hate him. I don't hate either one of them. I just want them to like quit acting like children and quit like going after every single person that dares to like call them out on something. Like, I have done so much work the last several months to truly change the content and the direction of my channel, and thankfully have been working like doing things for myself to make sure that my mental health stays good and that I don't go to that dark spot again, and talking to my doctors and like all of that. So I'm feeling a lot better, and I don't want anyone to ever go through what I went through.
So now she's talking about doctors. I know she said to, yeah, I saw that too, Laura. KJ, do you think just a Duggar might care you could, her parenting, do you think just, not, but yes. In the middle of the night, let me get this, in the middle of the night, police were at her house and she was mad, but 24 hours, she said on this live, she was saying no one cared when she was suicidal before, correct. Be adults, yet she blocks creators and drags them knowing they can't defend themselves on her posts. She's too grown to be this immature. Nurses have to report stuff that's going on. That's not good. This part about her and her docs, I don't believe.
Like, I would never want the cancel train to end up on anyone because it is so ugly. Hitting 140,000 subscribers today was like, I never thought that I would ever hit it, because months ago on October 31st, Nick Snyder decided to bully me and laugh that I was getting sued, and he literally put it all out there publicly before I ever had any motive to, like, I didn't have anything to say. He put it out there. He and Dustin made videos about me, which then started this tidal wave of people going after me. And that day I had 139,500 and some subscribers, and for 3 months I lost subscribers every single day because of
Someone's saying, why does YouTube allow this? Well, that's what we've been asking. That's what we've been asking.
Targeted harassment. So to finally hit 140,000, where I should have hit it in October or November, it's like I never thought I would get back to 140. So I'm grateful. I'm humbled. Like, I have been so purposeful about not going live on my channel. Like, I don't care if I'm adding fuel to it. I'm sharing my side. I'm so tired of people telling me that I can't share my side without adding fuel.
Well, at this stage, you still had a lawsuit and just couldn't talk about it. But anyway, yeah, no, Heidi, 140,000. Yes, that's right, Lisa. There's all these, yeah. I'm not even Doug a fan, but it's awful what she says about them.
I'm not trying to be silent. I know that they talk about me. Who cares?
You obviously do, otherwise you wouldn't still be talking about it.
It doesn't matter. They all talk about me anyway. When I'm quiet, they talk about me. I'm so sick of this gaslighting you guys do. You guys are so gross. You're gross. There's nothing more.
So someone's just said, okay, so now it's Nick's fault you've lost subs. Well, then it was Saltsy's, then it was, I'm sure we've got a long list. Someone on Reddit has done the math and said it's probably only about 50,000 real subs. Wow. Possibly. Looking at her views, I have a hard time believing she has 140,000 real subscribers. True. So I'm sitting at 100. I usually sit anywhere between 80 and 150 during my lives, which surprised the living daylights out of me. Let me tell you that. My children who are adults are very surprised that anybody wants to sit and listen to me because
gaslighting than to tell someone that they need to shut up about their experience because it'll make other people talk about them. Do you realize everything?
Why are you lying? They weren't the first to report on you. And then someone says, that's not gaslighting. It seems now we can't breathe without people attack you for breathing. Not only should you not drink and drive, but you should not drink and do Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Well, that might be a good point too, Jean. I looked just saying she had 271 videos about the Duggars. Wow. Oh, your kids would say the same. She only gets 9,000 to 40,000 views and only 100 to 300 people in their lives with little or no interaction on Twitter. Her numbers don't add up at all. Oh, it'd be interesting to see if they would. It would be good if they did. Exactly. Christine says, I just woke up when I checked her video yesterday about the case being dismissed. She had more dislikes than likes. I think she switched it off. I think she switched off the ratio. Maloney says, oh, sorry. Yes, it's terrible. She was so off about Ginger and her husband, and just the day her family went to the beach. That's when I sent the Duggars another message to look at her nearly 300 videos. Yes, there's 92 of us now.
Do they already make videos about anyway? I don't care. I haven't struck any of them. I haven't reported any of them. I don't respond to 99.9% of it. He was literally the first one to put a tweet out. He put the tweet out. Nick Snyder put the tweet out. That's how everyone found out. I found out that it got leaked because of his tweet. He found out. I think he might have found out I was being sued before even I did.
Oh, that's a big. Oh, hold on. Just like she found out that there was that Toddy Westbrook and was being sued by Clark Swanson before everybody else did. Right. Oh, thank you, Jean Miller. Hi, Christina Cat. I made the top 1%. 1% of what? Something. Oh, I don't know. I'm confused. I'm a bit slow. I talked to Watson. She's furious what KJ said about the Duggars this weekend. Hopefully someone will go through to the Duggars and do something. Well, hopefully. I did forget. KJ did say that I'm crazy. Just remember that. She has the same 10 members in her life, including her husband. She sits there quiet most days because no one talks. She makes to just like and dislikes about. Yeah. She tells the truth about Douglas. It is refreshing.
So, anyways. No, I'm not saying I don't watch and I don't care. I'm responding.
Oh, Beverly Bubbly Blue. I'm not in the 99%. She ignores. That's right. I'm in the 1%. Yes. Hello, Dancers in the Rain. To thank someone for their super chat makes me laugh.
Nick did months ago. And I see the videos I don't watch.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm so sick of you people.
And I see the videos I don't watch. Okay, that makes perfect sense. So another China isn't Russia comment. I see the videos I don't watch. Paula says the judge should be shaken even if the law's in a strict. I now believe there's a chance. Really, Paula? That's an interesting theory.
Hiding behind your fake accounts. I'm so sick of you guys just like trying to contradict me. Who cares?
Now she's calling them all trolls. I would see the videos I don't watch. New merch. I know that's the Russia isn't China defense. Yeah, I know. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
I'm proud of my channel. I am proud of what I've done. I know my subscribers that are here are like
delete.
And I don't care if people talk about me. Keep talking about me. Please talk about me. Do it more. It just makes me more relevant. Please keep talking about me. I don't care. But I can respond. That's the beauty of having a platform. So if Nick wants to cry today that he's being the victim, I'm just saying, dude, you're not the victim because you do it. Like, I'm not the victim of anything either. Where did I say that I'm the victim? I'm literally just pointing out that he's being a hypocrite.
Takes one to know one. IMO.
That's it. I'm very proud. I'm like proud of the channel I've grown. I stay on my little side of YouTube most of the time. I do my fundy stuff. Yeah, I'm not bothered by it. I was saying that my experience of when it happened was the harassment made me feel suicidal, and I don't want other people to feel that way. That's all I'm saying. And it's also like...
So now it's Nick's fault. So add him to the list. I believe she protests too much.
When we're creators, I truly believe that we should be able to talk to each other and have productive conversations without constantly like trying to take each other's down. And I would love nothing more for all of these channels, everyone, to just stop this kind of stuff. It's so petty. That's why I don't really talk about YouTube stuff very much, because I don't like this side of things. And I don't really even put YouTuber stuff on my channel very much. No, I don't think Nick is behind fake accounts or anything like that. Not at all.
Funny stuff is really all she has that people watch. That is correct, Cindy. So she started this long ago, says Christine. No one wants to talk to KJ. Yes, drama and tea channels are actively and openly petty, says Jessica.
No way. I don't think he's trolling me. I don't think Nick would be like that. I feel like Nick is the kind of person that would just tell it to your face and say it on Twitter. Like, he would just be like, he'll say it. He isn't going to use a fake profile. Big creators don't, like, that would be so stupid for us to do that kind of stuff.
So it says, so people have to stop talking about you because mental health, but it's okay for you to make dozens of videos on other people, focusing on every little thing about them. For example, focusing on a thigh gap. Impeccable pause.
Like, no one wants to get caught up doing that kind of stuff. Like, there was another creator that just did that, like, not long ago. His name was John. Not Snow. John.
Isn't it funny? She doesn't know these creators, but she, like, my name just rolled off her tongue. Like, my name just rolled off her tongue. She has no idea what if somebody was struggling? Yet she goes and makes up all this false info and that person couldn't cope with it. Exactly. Just dozed off catching up. Is this a comedy stream? Says Michelle. No, unfortunately. Oh, citing an old law to dismiss the buying the argument over unrelated issues. Really, I actually have to admit, I haven't read it yet. I need to sit down and read it.
John Swan. There was this guy, John Swan, that was like, he created these troll accounts and then he denied that he was doing it. And his channel got really big and then he got in trouble because he lied about it. And he lied about trolling this larger creator. So that's why I'm just saying, like, you don't want to do that kind of stuff because it can so easily be found out. Like, people will.
Somebody said. So that was that was the tipster drama, was it? I think that was involved tipster. I think they're made up. Just got here. So glad your mum's surgery went wrong. Thank you, Tamara. Mental health. Yeah, it's not. Kind of like lying about my story. So yeah, so like all these, like, my surname and Haiti Joyless and all these other people, those names like roll off the tongue, but she can't remember this one name.
They figure out who are behind the troll accounts, and then when it happens, it blows up in your face. And now John Swan has like left YouTube. You know what I mean? So you want it, like, I feel like as a creator, you should just be you. John and Tipster made up. I haven't really paid attention to like the stuff. I just saw that he like lied about stuff, and I don't really like. It was like all over Twitter that day. Like, he created. I don't even know. Like, I know that he created some false thing, and he was trolling some guy named Dream. But that's like the gamer side of YouTube, so I don't really pay attention too much. I tried to watch a few videos about it. I was like, I can't follow this. No, my husband mostly ignores it. We both do. I only spoke out today because I just saw other small creators, again, getting targeted and harassed by these same creators.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
and then someone says, Also, you've been calling people crazy all day. Talk about gaslighting some more, girls. I know, I got called crazy. You think that I'm crazy. You think I am crazy. When KJ was trying to read those court docs yesterday, stumbling over the words, but stopping to explain to us PNs what it meant or what they were thinking when they filed it. It was so annoying. Yes, and some of her interpretations were very interesting as well. Drink that wine, tweet, go on a rant on Instagram. That's right. If the law is without passion and emotion, she should have used the logic. She didn't. 5 months aside, Salts didn't have jurisdiction. She didn't know that from the get-go. She was lazy. That's interesting. Not the KJ one. No, don't call it KJ.
It's just so stupid. I mean, Nick started his attacks on me when I had 4 thumbs.
So someone says, what about the Duggars' mental health? They're gonna all these people are gonna get blocked.
All these people with no pictures. I even think this one's a fake account too. Sorry, you guys. If you don't have a picture, you're gonna get blocked.
You know what? I don't have a picture on my account that I'm doing this one from. But I don't talk.
Sandy got blocked. All right. I am blocking them.
Blockity block. Block, block, block.
I have to watch Sister Wives.
So if they play a game where everyone says, like, you'd have to take a shot, no one would be sober in the world. I wouldn't wish that. Block, block. The audience is reduced again. So in my experience, it's a slow process, but calling the judge lazy is kind of weird, says Belinda. Needs a new bingo. I know, bingo card.
Mondays are always so hard for me, you guys. No, it's a filter. So there's this filter I'm using that actually makes, I can show you. Look, I'll put a different filter on and you'll see that my lips aren't done. Here, there's my normal lips. Or here.
I like the one where I went, woo.
It's just a filter. Or here. I think it's a cute filter though, because the lip, it like makes your puckered lips. It's a filter. It's actually one of Farrah Abraham's filters. How funny is that? Yeah, it's Farrah's filter. I know. I saw it one day and I was like, that's a cute filter. Sometimes if I see someone's stories and I like their filters, I'll just download them.
Anyway, she has been yes, she has been on Instagram. We'll have a quick look after this. It's all about Duggars again. She's still calling him bunk bed Jed. She's written here, somewhere Hillary Spivey is crying a fundy puddle of tears that she isn't the fresh meat with the spotlight. Isn't that is so inappropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with Ginger and Jeremy right now. Even someone that like knows the family says that they feel like there's like they just can't figure out what's going on. They said that like the way that they're posting on Instagram is just really weird and really different.
Possibly wind whispers. I don't know. Which does. It is 11:30 p.m. on Tuesday night. So once this is done, we'll have a quick look at Insta and then I'm going to head to bed.
Does it? Yeah, makes all the lips bigger. No, nothing on the dogs. Yeah, his Instagram is so weird right now. What happened to Nancy? Does something happen to Nancy? Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, Nancy.
I wonder if KJ's in the 107 that's watching. Hello, KJ. Welcome. The time difference is crazy and fascinating. It's 8:30 a.m. Tuesday morning here. If you're logged in under the same account, with whispers in my experience. Does she have friends? I don't know whether she's got friends. Linda wants to know if Paula's a judge in Washington. Direction of a channel, down. Prices are down. Cool. Berber cat. We're in the future.
I wasn't talking about your photo, Nancy. Rita's right on top of me. She's always on top of me. I know. Could you imagine that video of Jason being on TV today? Do you think they would get canceled for that if that were to air today? Can you imagine in today's day and age, if something like that would have happened and Michelle would be like, he's fine. He just fell 12 feet. Can you imagine your child falling 12 feet and just being like, he's doing great. He's a fractured jaw, Michelle. I'll tell you a secret about my house. Every room I go into has an animal that loves me. And I have to divide my time.
See you, Mary HB. Thank you for becoming a member tonight.
I honestly really don't like Mama June at all. I have a hard time with her. So everywhere I go in this house, I have a different animal that loves me. If I go into my bedroom, I have 2 kitty cats that lay on top of me and purr. And then when I'm down here, I have a doggy that's on top of me. Say hi.
So you rub its belly. Okay. Yeah. All right. Fortunately, we're nearly there. Not much left.
When she chose the pedo over her daughter, I was like done with her. And then when she chose Gino over Honey Boo Boo. And then I listened to a podcast of her basically admitting to being a drug addict for all of these years. Like all of these years being a drug addict. It's like, how did the network continue to allow this to be on air? And then promote her.
Her audio's gone out of sync with her lips. I don't know whether you've noticed that. It's all gone out of sync. I don't know why. It's just funny. Watch.
Like this great loving mother. Like when she got kicked off of TLC for the pedo stuff, she never should have been given another chance and never should have been given another channel, like TV show. You literally, like, the minute your daughter's freaking abuser got out of prison, you went to his house and like laid in a bed with him, and you brought your daughter with you. Are you kidding me? And WeTV just like scooped her up and was like, yeah, let's give her another show. What? He was in prison. For like, I think raping her daughter. And she got with him.
Thank you for the content one. Thank you for the trigger warning, KJ. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no, I mean, the drug use to me isn't really the huge issue. It's more like the pedo stuff. But then when you add in the pedo stuff with the fact that they're promoting her to be all of this, and she said that the producers knew she was using drugs. So then I feel like I'm getting this like really false narrative, and I don't like that.
Hello, Kari Bear, and I think somebody else jumped in too.
I know. I mean, I'm great. It's great that she's sober. Like, congratulations on your sobriety, June. Stick with it. You still have a daughter that needs you. But
did you say you've still got a daughter that needs you? To Mama June? Yeah, all right. But they didn't obey the standing order. He made a gross mischaracterizations by obeying the law, says Paula. Trusty gossiper does my head in, says Gail. He's telling her subscribers to shut up. What happened to being a lady? You get more bees with honey. She never heard of that one before, says Jean. As Tiger Lily got bigger, we progressed, laying on my shoulder and patted the back just like a baby. Oh, wow. Yeah, we hand fed a few litres of rescue kittens and give them bottles and rub their bellies. Oh, wow, that's cute. I predict her running her mouth more until Tidy refiles and KJ ending up with multiple lawsuits at the same time. Says ballistic 6 times in that sentence alone was 6 likes. Really? All right. Hello, Christoph Van always.
I don't know. I have a big problem with drug use and parenting and like.
What was that? Let's have a listen to that again. I don't think she meant to say that, but I was. Yeah, that's why I'm being very careful in some ways. All right, have a listen to this.
I know. I mean, I'm great. It's great that she's sober. Like, congratulations on your sobriety, June. Stick with it. You still have a daughter that needs you. But I don't know.
Okay, have a listen. Have a listen. Have a listen to what she says. Tell me what you think she says, okay? Have a listen.
I have a big problem with drug use and parenting and like
Did she say I have a big problem with drug use and parenting? Did I hear that? Or have I misheard? Please let me know. If you need me to play it back, rewind it, I will. I have a problem, she says. Rock Chick says no, she didn't say that. I have a big problem with drug use and parenting. Okay. So, yep, that's what she said. That's what you said. So she can most irrelevant file. It was emotions. Like disdain for parents who use drugs, I think. Okay. She was saying other people's had the problem. She said drug use and parenting, I don't know. I think she means she has problems with people who use drugs and parents. All right, I'm going to rewind it. Yes, but you heard. I know what I'm saying is I think I know what she said, but what she said is not what I think she meant to say. I'm happy to rewind it. Thank you, Tamara, for becoming a member, by the way. All right, I'm rewinding it.
Are you kidding me? And WeTV just like scooped her up and was like, yeah, let's give her another show. What? He was in prison. She said that the producers knew she was using drugs. So then I feel like I'm getting this like really false narrative, and I don't like that. I know. I mean, I'm great. It's great that she's sober. Like, congratulations on your sobriety, June.
I think it's aimed at others, not herself, says Laura. That's right, but that's not what she said. Then there's a pause before it. That's my point.
Stick with it. You still have a daughter that needs you. But I don't know. I have a big problem with drug use and parenting and like
A Freudian slip. Well, she said, however, she was referring to Mama Jean. Right. Comes out of her mouth all the time. Tamara says, cool. Thank you, Tamara. It was a big pause, and that's what threw me. That's why it was a big pause. That's what she was referring to. When you won't shut up, that's the risk you've done. She's not referring to herself, Mama June. Okay. And the thing is, that's why I've asked you. Have I heard it right? For my understanding, when you make a pause, you finish your train of thought. Swear I keep forgetting I'm listening. I think she's talking about others, but she worded it as though it's about herself. As she say, well, problem with drug use and parenting. She was referring to June, but come on, Katie. She's exhausted and needs to get off the internet. The pause and the wording can lead to hot water. Yeah, she's way too tired. She can't think of it. That's right. Well, the other thing is, if you had she means she has a problem with parents on drugs. Yeah, I know. People, well, and that's the thing. That is why I'm asking, because it was a very long pause, and but that's what she said. People, Paula, thoughts are scattered.
All right, I'm done for tonight. If you are someone that has in recovery, congratulations. Take it one day at a time. If you're struggling with mental health, or you're struggling with any sort of negative thoughts or suicide, please make sure to get help. Tonight's talk was not to send hate or direct hate towards anyone. It was simply sharing what's going on in my life and saying how I feel. I don't have hate or ill will towards anyone. I don't care if people talk about me. I realize that if I can dish it, I can take it. That's very well established by me. I honestly don't really care when people talk about me. The only thing I really don't like is when people report me to CPS and call the police. Those are the things that bother me. But the talking about me is whatever. You can't control that. Once you become a public figure, you can't control what people say. But I'm also not going to feel like intimidated anymore. That was like my biggest problem for the longest time. I felt like I felt intimidated to say anything. I felt like everyone was against me, and I'm just not going to be feeling intimidated anymore. It's going to be me. Don't like it? Screw it. And if you want to like bully and harass behind an anonymous account, you have to realize that you can always be found out. Twitter, like subpoenas can be issued to Twitters and Google and Facebook.
You know, Lorianne knows about subpoenas.
Nothing is anonymous, no matter how hard you try. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm of the firm belief that if you have something nasty to say, just use your freaking real profile. It's a whole lot easier that way. That's why I've never.
And then that ended, okay? Oops. So there you go. So that is that one there. You need KJ to be, then everyone does, even you. What? You are now a public figure. What exactly do I think I heard? So I mean, it doesn't matter. Everyone else has said no. It was something else. So that's okay. Look, I just said I thought I heard something, and that's why I go. Did she say this? And then you've all said no. She's talking about something else, which is fine. And that's what, you know. Yeah. We're the KJ support group. Yeah. So, all right. I'm gonna actually end now, so I'm going to head off now because I need to probably go to sleep. I'm actually my thoughts are leaving me as well. You were wrong. Admit and apologize. I did say I was wrong. I said I didn't think I heard what I thought I heard. I agree. It sounded like that's what she was saying. I just think it wasn't the intent. Oh, well, the interesting thing is, Rock Chick, is that I've actually seen clips going around the internet of that where it's been taken out of context. So that's why I've gone, okay. She said, I have a problem with drug use and parenting. Like, that's exactly what she said. That's what I heard. And there was a pause between that and the previous sentence. And that's all I was seeking clarification from. All I did was ask whether everybody had heard the same thing. And people said, it's nice to be somewhere place where someone's laughing and not yelling at you. That's right. Rock Chick's KJ, one of KJ's stands, so that's okay. She's welcome here. Thank you, Christoph Van. No apology like you criticize. Yeah, I know. I work with people with ADHD. I know what it does. Anyway, there's no point arguing. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to... Well, yeah. What? You're not you're not a KJ person anymore? Okay, cool. You're welcome here anyway, Rock Chick. You're welcome. You're welcome anyway. I mean, I don't mind, but I'm just saying that I knew that you were with her group. But oh look, I don't mind. They can be hostile. What's no no no? What does no 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 mean, Rock Chick? She's going to say you're like KJ, then you may as well act like KJ. I know. She doesn't pay attention to all that stuff, but seems to know about all the stuff. Am I hearing wrong? I should turn my... Yeah, no, you know. That was KJ's part. Oh, look, I'm not worried. Yes, I'd like, yeah, we'll try and do that. I don't have all my mods with me either, ballistic either, so I might have to get some more mods on different time zones as well. So that's okay. Oh, you're not an... Okay, you're not a subscriber? Okay. Well, I think that's correct, Belinda. I would agree with you. That is, yeah, Mama June. I agree with Katie with that. Yes, my thought, but I manage my mind, not taking things when I'm exhausted. That's all right. I'm happy for the shout. I'm happy for the shout out. Yep. We ain't scared of no trolls. That's correct. Yeah, I know you're here, Gail. Oh, thank you, Bo. Oh, And it was confusing. It was very confusing. Cool. Oh, okay. I don't know. Oh, that was fine. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I've got some lag. Yeah. Email me, Rock Chick. Here, I'll give you my email address. And I'm about to go because I'm about to go to bed because I am actually tired, and I know when I get tired, I jumble all my thoughts up too. So it's about knowing when you're done. So email me, Rock Chick, and we can talk. Okay. All right. I'll catch you all later. I love you all. See you all tomorrow. Yeah, it's still, yeah, that's my only rule. Just be respectful. Yep. All right. Good night, everybody.